Carl Jung was a towering figure in psychology, known for founding analytical psychology. However, his influence reached far beyond psychology, impacting fields like psychiatry, anthropology, archaeology, literature, religion, and philosophy. His unique approach is often referred to as Jungian philosophy. Jung authored many important works, including Psychology of the Unconscious and Man and His Symbols. In psychology, he is particularly celebrated for his concept of archetypes, universal ideas embedded in the human mind. He also introduced a key distinction between the conscious mind, which contains what we know about ourselves, and the unconscious mind, which holds what we are unaware of. One of his most intriguing ideas is the concept of the shadow, representing the hidden parts of ourselves stored in the unconscious. According to Jung, happiness isn't just about fleeting moments of pleasure, but about a profound sense of contentment that comes from embracing every part of yourself, even the aspects concealed in the shadow. He believed that true happiness emerges when you fully understand and accept all facets of your identity. This requires embarking on a journey of self-discovery and acceptance, acknowledging both the known and the unknown within you. Achieving this inner balance leads to a deeper, more enduring form of happiness. In this video, we will explore how to be happy by drawing inspiration from Carl Jung's philosophy. First, focus on your mental health. Jung says, even a happy life cannot exist without a measure of darkness. To be happy, it's necessary to be healthy both physically and mentally. This means eating well, getting enough sleep, and exercising. But mental health is equally important. When you're not feeling well physically, you might feel anxious or sad. And when you're not mentally well, you can feel tired or get headaches. That's why it's crucial to take care of your mind too. Many people think they don't need to pay attention to their mental health as long as they feel fine. But that's not true. Caring for your mental health can help you understand yourself better, set goals, and feel fulfilled. According to Jung, the first step to being mentally healthy and happy is to explore your subconscious mind. This is where things you're unaware of, like past experiences, biases, and hidden feelings, are stored. Your conscious mind, on the other hand, is what you're aware of. To be mentally healthy, you need to confront your subconscious, especially what Jung calls the shadow. The shadow includes the parts of yourself that you dislike and try to ignore, like anger or selfishness. Most people push these parts away, but that doesn't make them disappear. Instead, they can unexpectedly surface and cause problems in your life. To avoid this, you need to know your shadow. This doesn't mean you have to act on negative feelings, it means recognizing them. The steps are simple. Explore your hidden feelings, accept them, and integrate them into your life. For example, if you discover you feel envy towards someone, admit it to yourself. Then think about how you want to deal with that envy. You might even turn it into inspiration and ask the person you envy for advice. In summary, understanding and accepting your hidden feelings is crucial for good mental health and happiness. It's the only way to prevent these feelings from causing problems in your life and interfering with your goals. Second, foster relationships. According to Jung, the meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed. A second vital ingredient for happiness is having good, healthy relationships with yourself and others. To grow individually, we need other people to reflect back to us and correct us. We contextualize ourselves by comparing or contrasting with others. You can only consider yourself kind if there are examples of cruelty. And most importantly, you can only consider yourself kind when you truly express kind behavior in your interactions with others. Many characteristics of who we are only shine when we are with others. Carl Jung says that we behave better when we are with people we love. We want those who matter to us to have a good opinion of us and, like us, to be happy around us. As a result, our actions reflect this. Additionally, other people can help us know ourselves, be braver, and inspire us. As Jung said, people can transform one another, and the right people will transform you into someone better. When you feel love, you feel good, inspired, capable, and satisfied. You know there's someone cheering you on and celebrating your achievements, which is motivating. And you know there's someone who comforts and helps you grow when things go wrong, which is reassuring. Besides being fuel for your engine, other people also help you be more creative. Loving someone stirs strong emotions, which in turn transform into inspiration, creativity, and ambition. Having positive relationships with others not only gives you the benefit of laughter with someone, but it improves nearly every aspect of life. Jung believes a happy life is hardly possible without relationships. They're essential for our motivation and growth. However, Jung argues that our happiness doesn't inherently depend on other people. We shouldn't feel lost or desperate without company. We don't need to please or be praised by everyone to be happy. In fact, having enemies or people we don't like shouldn't stop us from being happy. We should also be able to help ourselves when necessary. That being said, we need some people on our side. Humans are social animals for a reason. The love and support of those we care about create a kind of motivation, courage, and creativity that is difficult, if not impossible, to cultivate on our own. Jung also recognizes that having negative or difficult relationships with others harms happiness. It's important to maintain healthy relationships and know when to leave one that doesn't work. One of the biggest traps in relationships with others is projection. We often project things we don't like about ourselves onto others. If there is envy in our own shadow, we suddenly become experts at identifying envy in others and harshly judge them for it. As a result, we further repress and deny our own tendency to envy. As Jung says, by dealing with your own darkness, you'll be better equipped to deal with the darkness in others. All aspects of happiness influence one another, so by working on your own mental health, you automatically improve your relationships with others, and by working on your relationships with others, you also come to know yourself better. But if you left a little earlier, drove a bit slower, and took the time to truly look around you, you'd find many sights and thoughts that could bring you joy and knowledge. Every aspect of life can be wonderful if we consider it, but we rarely do. Another useful strategy is to train ourselves to appreciate typically beautiful things like sunsets and paintings. When you practice appreciation enough, you'll find that it automatically becomes much easier to begin appreciating more mundane things as well, and in doing so, your appreciation for life grows. In the end, you should be able to appreciate almost everything and anything in your life. This can greatly aid in your personal growth. When we see beauty in things, we can also see beauty in ourselves and in those around us. Appreciating beauty is also a great way to bring out your unconscious mind. When you feel certain things in response to a particular sight, there is definitely something in your unconscious that makes you feel that way, and it's worth exploring. Jung spoke of a fascinating concept called archetypes, secret ideas that all people have, even if we're unaware of them. You can find these ideas in all areas of human expression, like stories, art, and even religion. So when something seems beautiful to you, it may be because it reminds you of those hidden ideas that reside within all of us. It's as if it touches your heart and the feelings we all share deep down. Imagine this: when you see a rainbow or a beautiful sunset, it often makes you feel happy, right? Well, that's because these beautiful things connect with the feelings we all share. Even if we don't talk about these feelings all the time, they're in our hearts, and beautiful things bring them to the surface. So when you look at something beautiful, it's like a magical moment where you connect with those common, deep feelings. It's a bit like meeting an old friend you didn't know you had. And when you connect with those feelings, you can feel truly happy and connected to the world around you. It's like a small burst of happiness that comes from recognizing something beautiful that we all share deep within us. One of the most important sources of beauty, according to Jung, is nature. Nature is all around us effortlessly and is incredibly beautiful for anyone who looks at it long enough. Humans are natural beings. We were born in nature, and we belong to the nature of this planet. Our manufactured reality, with cars, businesses, smartphones, and deadlines, cannot make us happy. We need nature. The appreciation of nature will help us appreciate everything else in life. Furthermore, the appreciation of beauty awakens creativity, something Jung celebrated greatly. Creativity is one of the driving forces of humanity. It not only sparks new inventions, but also new art, new forms of expression, new theories, and new ways of living life. Fourth, set professional standards. As Jung quotes, everything depends on how we look at things and not on how they are in themselves. According to Jung, the happiest people are those who have certain standards for their working lives. When you enjoy your job, which takes up most of your waking hours during a normal week, you are much more inclined to enjoy life. Of course, having a job you enjoy isn't possible for everyone, Circumstances rather than choice may force someone into a job. However, Jung had some experience with this. When Jung was young, he wanted to be an archaeologist. He was incredibly interested in discovering and examining the Earth's past. However, when it came time for Jung to go to university, his family couldn't afford to send him anywhere beyond the University of Basel, which didn't offer archaeology. As a result, Jung ended up studying medicine there instead of archaeology elsewhere, which led him to the field of psychiatry. Despite following a path that didn't initially excite him, Jung managed to connect his current field with his other interests. He combined his passion for history and anthropology with his current work in psychiatry, and as a result, he invented a completely new way of practicing his field of expertise, analytical psychology. Instead of conforming to the standards of his time, Jung made the field he worked in adapt to his own standards. As a result, he greatly enjoyed digging into the depths of the human mind, almost as much as he would have enjoyed digging into the earth. While Jung's story may seem too ambitious for the average person, it's important to remember that there is a very simple piece of advice within this story. Link your current job to your passions. If you work in fast food or at a grocery store, you might want to explore what interests you the most. Are you an amateur baker? Perhaps you could work in a bakery. Do you love movies? Maybe you could keep an eye out for a job at the local cinema. Professional standards then refer to the standards you set for yourself in the work you do now. Look for the highlights of your job and find a way to connect your passions with what you do every day. Therefore, standards don't necessarily have to be grand or unattainable. You may not end up working for a certain company or landing a particular position, but you can always try to see the positive side of your work. When you work in a place that inspires you, like being surrounded by freshly baked bread or movie posters, you'll find that your job has more meaning. After all, you're helping people enjoy products that you appreciate as much as they do. As a result, you'll feel more productive and valued than if you were selling products you don't care about. And someone who feels important in that way feels more satisfied and therefore happier. Having your dream job isn't necessarily a requirement for being proud of your work, but being proud of your work is absolutely essential for happiness. Ask yourself, how do I see my values and hobbies reflected in my job, and how can I maximize those aspects? How can I improve my work by using them as motivation? Enjoyment of your job will naturally follow from finding and highlighting these meaningful aspects. Fifth, seek a higher guide. In our final quote from Carl Jung for this video, he says, "In all chaos, there is a cosmos. In all disorder, a secret order." Everyone needs something to believe in. Without religion, spirituality, science, or philosophy, our lives can feel completely boring and, most importantly, random and unfair. As Jung said, life can be incredibly hard without a comforting viewpoint to help you cope with it. Finding a religion, spiritual perspective, or philosophy helps give meaning to the chaos that is the universe. There is always a pattern and a deeper meaning to be found. And how can we work on personal growth and happiness if we don't have a way to view life as a whole? Allowing yourself to believe in something greater, whether it's a god, an idea, a scientific principle, or anything else, helps you connect and put your experiences into context. This doesn't mean you have to become religious or a philosopher. It simply means you shouldn't see life as meaningless. Find a goal to work toward or ideals to adhere to. Someone who believes in nothing can be defeated by every challenge life throws at them. But someone with a higher guide, so to speak, always knows where to turn. Someone who believes in karma is more motivated to do good. Someone who believes in hard work is more driven to strive. And someone who believes the world is fundamentally unjust is more motivated to work toward justice. Every belief brings motivation, and no motivation comes from believing in nothing. So find your inner voice. If you consider yourself someone without any inclination toward religion, spirituality, or philosophy, then think again. Reach deep within yourself. How do you act day to day? Do you follow certain moral rules? What do you expect from others? When you sit down and ask yourself questions like these, you'll find that the answers can lead you to a general philosophy you unconsciously follow. This is also a form of shadow work. Discovering this philosophy gives you the power to consciously transform it into the most effective version possible and helps you motivate yourself and view life in a useful way. By finding what you believe in and why, you help yourself become the happiest version of yourself. In conclusion, We've explored how Carl Jung's teachings can guide us toward a fuller and happier life, from focusing on our mental health and fostering meaningful relationships to appreciating beauty in art and nature, setting professional standards and seeking a higher guide. Each of these elements can transform our perspective and improve our quality of life. Remember, happiness is not just a destination, but a continuous journey of self-knowledge and personal growth. I hope these concepts inspire you to seek a more balanced and fulfilling life. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. I also invite you to explore the rest of my content, where you'll find more advice and tools to improve your well-being. Leave your comments below, share your experiences, and join our community. Together, we can reach millions of people and create a positive impact in the world. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.